Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls from around the world, we are live here from the world capital of racing, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the fabled home of the Yard of Bricks. I don't know how many more analogies I can give for this place, but yeah, we're in Indy, baby. Home of the Indy 500. Hopefully, the return of the Brickyard 400. I believe Jeff Gordon was your first ever Brickyard winner. We got 12 cars making the call tonight. Just wrapping up the last little bit of qualifying here as Mickey Isaac just barely gets that lap in. Good enough for 7th place. There's our beautiful iRacing pace car. We'll pull up your starting grid. Give you the rundown on the pole with a 52.51. Jonathan Cofield, Andy Kurtz just outside of him. Almost a 10th off. Steve McDonald in third. Michael Nash in fourth. Brandon Wallace rounding out your top five. Outside of him is Todd Buckshot. 7th is the 01 of Mickey Isaac. Your winner last Sunday night in the Rebels Truck Series in that 32 machine, that is Jeremiah Holt. Daryl Whitford in the 20, Davey Jones in the 10, Chris Reese in that 62 machine going to roll off 11th, and last but not least, Matt Kleeman going to roll off, round out your 12 car field. Got 51 laps tonight in honor of yours truly. Finally, this is the last oval I had to buy on iRacing. I just never was a big fan of this racetrack. I watched it on TV, and I had no desire to race it, so I never bought it. So, with me picking up the broadcast till Eddie picks up here in a couple weeks, I was forced to buy this place. So, here we are. Listen to those Gen 4 cars rumble. As we'll get rolling here momentarily, waiting on Mickey Isaac to grid. There he is. And we're going to start rolling here in just a quick second. $12 cars, 51 laps. It's 2.5 miles. Yeah, we'll just do this. No, we're gonna do this. 2.51 miles the distance. Balmy 79 degrees with a 100-degree track temp. It is nice and toasty. 15-mile-an-hour wind that will play havoc in whatever direction it is blowing. It's 128 miles. Lights are off on the pace car. We'll be sending them green here in just a moment. This is the 100-degree track temp It is going to be nice and greasy. Plenty of slipping and sliding to be had. Pace car is off onto the long straightaway. 4 true corners here and 4 true straightaways. Kick the tires and light the fires. We are green flag racing. Kurt Schofield going to drag race down into turn 1. And into the short straightaway. And into turn 2. Still door to door. Everyone looks like they're kind of filing out. Except for those 2 up front. They are still jockeying for position. And here we are on the super duper long backstretch. And it looks like Kurtz is finally going to take over sole possession of the lead. Cofield going to follow in tight close. Into 3, into 4, into the 4th straightaway. 3rd straightaway, into turn 4. Here we go. That is lap 1 complete. We got a little bit of side-by-side back here. That is Mickey Isaac, Brandon Wallace duking it out here. That is for the 7th spot. And Mickey Isaac is going to take that into turn 2. Other than that, we are single filed out. We'll throw it on most exciting and see what iRacing thinks I need to see. We'll call it as we see it. Brandon Wallace and Mickey Isaac nose to tail here for the 6th spot. Brandon Wallace in the chat before the race started. Full send, we're going to die. You're the one that picked it, my friend. You're the one that picked it. Let's have some fun. Let's see if we can. Let's talk to Mr. Stephen McDonald. Hey, Steve, this is Alex up here in the V-Speed booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
What's your plan of attack for tonight? This is a long 50-lap race, 128 miles. What's your plan of attack here to make it to the end?
Just gonna be patient, try to save my tires, not burn them up. I don't think there's no catching Cofield.
No, the track temp, as the green flag was flying, was 100 degrees. Is it nice and greasy out there for you?
Yeah, it's real slick. Every corner.
Alrighty, I'm going to start grabbing people throughout the race and maybe let them know anything can happen.
All right, man. Y'all have a good night.
All right. Best of luck to you. Alrighty, there's 4th place, Steve McDonald. Let's check back in up front, see what's going on with Mr. Cofield. Actually, here's the battle for the 2nd spot. Michael Nash on the back bumper of Andy Kurtz. That is about the closest battle on the racetrack. Brandon Wallace falling back, falling into the clutches of Chris Reese back there. He's falling all the way back to 8th. Here we got Mickey Isaac, Todd Schott. About 4/10 the gap between them. Michael Nash still hot on the heels of the number 5 machine. Andy Kurtz running a paint scheme other than a Dale Jr. All-Star scheme. Looking for, we got Chris Reese, Mickey Isaac. 6 laps in, nose to tail. There he goes, showing a nose on the inside of Mickey Isaac here into turn 3. Looking for some more racing action. Andy Kurtz, Michael Nash. That gap has closed to less than a car. Looking to apply some pressure, get a run here, maybe down the backstretch. Showing a nose, going to tuck back in, get that draft. Oh, they have closed in on Jonathan Cofield. That is a very tight gap between the top 3. That is 2 tenths separating the top 3 at the moment, and then 2 seconds separating third from fourth. So this is your crop of the field. It's been the crop of the field all season. Oh. Andy Kurtz tags the wall. It's going to wash up. That's going to kill momentum. That's going to let Michael Nash get to his door. But not enough to really clear him. Nash going to send it. No, he is not going to send it inside in 3 and 4. Going to tuck back in. That is a lucky break for Mr. Kurtz there. Let's talk to Chris Reese. He's moving up. Hey, Chris.
What's going on?
It's Alex up here in the V-Speed booth. You're pretty hot to trot here in the early going. Started 11th and up to 6th. I have your eyeball there on 5th place as Todd Schott is sideways like he's racing the midget track in turn 3.
Yeah, I'm actually not pushing too hard, I don't feel like right now. I'm driving a little bit too much off the right rear, but I really don't feel like I'm pushing hard yet. I'm probably actually just turning my stuff off and don't know it though.
Yeah, ignorance is bliss though. Are you sure you're driving pretty conservative? Because that looks like you're pretty sideways there.
Yeah, I actually feel like I'm driving conservative. That's the wild part about this. This car's it's super loose all the way around. On throttle, off throttle, it doesn't matter. It's loose.
Well, the track temp is 100 degrees if you weren't aware.
Yeah, I saw that during while everyone else was qualifying because I'm me and I don't like to qualify. I like to pass cars, and there's a couple of those guys up towards the front that in practice I was close to as fast as, but I'm not going to catch them, so I ended up just sitting in a line with everyone else, and that's no fun.
Alrighty, well that's all I got for you. I'll quit bugging you, so best of luck. Hopefully you can pull off the top 3. I'll talk to you later.
Yep.
Alrighty, that is 6th place, Chris Reese, looking to be 5th place, Chris Reese. We go back up front. Ooh, I missed it while we were talking to Mr. Reese. Michael Nash has gotten around Andy Kurtz. Cofield pulling an IndyCar move down the straightaway, trying to break the draft. Looking, yeah, it's still about a second and a half back to 4th place between the top 3. And then 4 seconds back to 5th, and then 4.5 seconds back to 5th, 5 seconds back to 6th, and then 6 seconds, 8 seconds, 9 seconds, 9 seconds, 17 seconds, and 18 seconds back. As Davy Jones and Daryl Whitford are quite a ways off the pace. We'll pull up the track map, give you an idea where everybody is sitting. As you can see, the start-finish line is not centered on the racetrack, so that could come into play with a last lap drag race down the front stretch. So we'll run through the field inverted. There's Davy Jones running in the 12th spot. Daryl Whitford, 11th. Matt Kleeman rolling in that 10th spot, looking to run down. Ooh, making a move on Jeremiah Holt, who's having some connection issues. Holt gonna wash up, let Kleeman go by. Jeremiah Holt in now in the 10th spot. Mickey Isaac running 8th. Brandon Wallace up to 7th, back to 7th. Todd Schott sitting where he started in that 6th spot. Chris Reese has gotten around him for 5th. Steve McDonald in 4th. Michael Nash, Andy Kurtz swapping positions yet again. Jonathan Cofield's still your leader, though. I want to talk to some of these guys about fuel strategy, but I don't want to. I've already talked to people throughout the field. I'm running out of people to talk to. I've been kind of burning that up here, 14 down. Gonna run out of stuff to talk about. Andy Kurtz looking to make a move there on Cofield for the lead. Trying to stick a nose, get a run on the outside of him as we drag race down the front straightaway. Kurtz going to get the draft. As big as this place is, it's almost like a plate track. It's all aero dependent. Kurtz is right there. Gets loose off of exit of 1. That's going to kill his momentum into 2. He's going to have to regroup and make another run. Little wiggle there out of 2 yet again. 100-degree track temp is really wreaking havoc here. These three still duking it out. I failed to realize these guys are absolutely hauling the mail. Let's pull up the old dashboard there and get an idea how fast these guys are running. Andy Kurtz here, 180, 190, 195, 197. On the entry, they're eclipsing 200 mile an hour. That is just how fast these cars were back in the early 2000s, the late 90s, early 2000s. This Gen 4 car was an absolute missile. I'm right there. It is. That's how I shut it off. 17 down of the scheduled 51. Thought I'm most exciting to see what's going on. Here's Mickey Isaac in the 9th spot, and we're going to go back up to the top 3. Oh, we got Andy Kurtz, Michael Nash looking to swap positions yet again. Curious to see where the fuel window will be. Yeah, the top 3 are reaching top speeds of 204, 205, and 204 each lap, which is just bonkers. We're 20 laps in. I'm sure we're probably about 5 or 6 laps away from a pit cycle. Ooh, Michael Nash, big wiggle there on the exit. Almost met the wall there. "31 laps remain. Not much has changed. Michael Nash up 1, McDonald down 1, Chris Reese up 6, Todd Schott still ain't moved. Brandon Wallace down 2, Kleeman up 4, Isaac, Holt, Whitford, and Davy Jones all down 2 spots. I guess I could probably shut the track map off now. Didn't realize that was still up there. Not much racing action other than these top 3. Steve McDonald still here, all by his lonesome. Not much he can do, just click off his laps. Chris Reese is about 3 seconds, not quite 3 seconds behind him. Todd Schott about 1.25 seconds behind him. Brandon Wallace about the same gap. Matt Kleeman 5 seconds back from them. Mickey Isaac almost 2 back from him. Jeremiah Holt 0.4 back. Darrell Whitford 10. Davy Jones 3 seconds off the back of him, and that a White Castle Machine. Not too far away from the halfway point. Mid-quarter speeds are dropping off a bit. They're about 10 mile an hour slower than what they were at the start of the race. So these tires probably getting pretty chewed up and hot and slick and just downright yucky. Jonathan Gofield stretching a little bit of a gap. Got about a half a second over Andy Kurtz. That's the most he's had since the beginning of the race. Kurtz trying to maintain the gap between him and Nash, looks like. Other than that, there's not much other to report on. Oh, and Kurt's getting a little wiggly. .24 complete of the 125. Davy Jones making his way down pit road, so we got to be real close to the fuel window. David Jones, there he is in his pit box. Davey may have gotten a penalty because he is still there. 31 seconds in the box. He may have taken some optional or got a penalty there on pit road or something. Unsure. Cofield stretched out over a second over Andy Kurtz and Michael Nash. While those two have burned up their tires, battling each other, and maybe trying to pass Cofield here and there, they've smoked their tires. Jonathan Cofield has just maintained, and now he's got plenty left in the tank to go burn them off here. As we are at the halfway point here. So in theory, they've ran 26 laps now. There's 25 to go. The fuel window is clearly open any time, as we have a whole mess of takers. McDonald, Nash, Schott, Isaac, Holt, Kleeman, Cofield going down this time. Kurtz going down this time. Chris Reese, Brandon Wallace, Darrell Whitford get to make their stops. Chris Reese making his stop. Barely gets their load down. What's Brandon Wallace got? Brandon Wallace is going to come down. Darrell Whitford has yet to pit. Is he going to risk it and take it one more lap, or is he going to come down and take tires? He's going to lower down and go down pit road. Brandon Wallace finally making it to his box. Michael Nash, first one out, and is going to take the lead. Not quite going to take the lead. Yeah, he might. Let's see what he's got. A big head of steam. Cofield's just now exiting. Nash with a full head of steam. Andy Kurtz back in. May have Andy Kurtz jumped the pits. Not sure what that was all about. That's pretty much going to do it for the 5 tonight. As Andy Kurtz is towing. Andy Kurtz crashed. Let's take it back, see what happened. I didn't see him hit nothing. And that machine looked like it was running. Unsure. That is weird. Jonathan Cofield still retained the lead. Yeah, that's weird. Unsure of what happened there. You know, let's talk to your leader. We ain't pulled anybody up in 10 laps. Hey, Cofield's Alex up here in the V-Speed booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, but I got you.
How's your leisurely Friday evening cruise going for you?
That's not too bad. Clutched that whole first run to save a little fuel just in case, you know. But other than that, not too bad. Car's pretty loose coming off the corner.
What happened to Andy there?
Auto fuel got him. Didn't put fuel in the car.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, that pretty well.
Yeah, I hate it for Andy.
Yeah, he was him and Mr. Nash had a nice little battle there, going for the second spot and making you work for it there for a little bit.
Yeah, I was watching him back there. Like I said, I clutched that whole first run just to save a little fuel. So as long as I got a good run off 4, I could keep him from doing anything going down the front straightaway. So.
Alrighty. Well, hopefully we get a chance to talk to you here in about 20 laps.
Yes, sir. See you, buddy.
Apologize for the slight break in communication. I ran out of water, and I am dying. It's hard work up here talking non-stop. There is just massive gaps throughout the entire field. Michael Nash, Steve McDonald, Chris Reese up in the 4th. Todd Schott up 1. Brandon Wallace in the 6th. Matt Kleeman into the 7th spot. Mickey Isaac, 8th. Darrell Whitford in 9th. Dave Jones, 10th. Andy Kurtz, bit by the auto fuel bug in 11th. And Jeremiah Holt in 12th. Here we see Matt Kleeman going by the lap car of Davy Jones. 17 to go. Put on most exciting and see what we can talk about. I believe those are the 2 closest cars on the track. Yep, that's the 2 closest cars on the track. Well, car counts on big tracks that aren't plate tracks make for lackluster action, but it's a very quick race, and strategy. How do I say it? Strategery. That's my word. Strategery is a little more key than just being a straight wheel man. Nice big college football weekend ahead. Nebraska takes on Colorado. We'll find out what Coach Prime is really made of. Nebraska's not really that big of a challenge. A lot of gimme games throughout. Number 3 Alabama takes on number 11 Texas. It's about your biggest matchup of the weekend. Like you got number 1 Georgia playing Ball State. Utah playing Baylor. Ohio State playing Youngstown State. Michigan playing UNLV. I mean, come on, people. Tennessee playing Austin P. Man, what happened to strength of schedule? And then it's a triple header there in Kansas. So truck race has wrapped up. Not going to give any spoilers because I will get yelled at by somebody, I'm sure. The Xfinity race kicks off tomorrow at 2 p.m. Gonna be a nice 70 degrees. Beautiful weekend. Beautiful weather out there in the Sunflower State. Cup kicks off 2 o'clock on Sunday for the Hollywood Casino 400. Gonna be another beautiful day. I mean, it's honestly hard to beat the Kansas Fall Race. Beautiful weather, one of the best tracks on the schedule, in my opinion. I'm a big cookie cutter mile and a half guy. I think it's the best racing the next gen car can offer. Because the short track package sucks, the plate race package sucks. The road course is just as bad as the short track package. Yeah, there's a 5-second gap and not closing between Cofield and Nash. So we got 12 to go. I mean, it is just 5 seconds, 8 seconds, 2 seconds, 4.5 seconds, 5 seconds, 3 seconds, 5 seconds, 23 seconds, 33 seconds, 9 seconds, and 45 seconds, the gaps between these guys. I mean, we'll pull up the track map again, car numbers. Everyone's just spread out. Got Davy Jones working on Jeremiah Holt, but they're not even on the same lead lap. Everyone's so far spread apart that there's not a whole lot to talk about. As we're coming up on 10 to go of what Brandon has dubbed Alex's best purchase 51. The only tracks that I don't own any at the moment are Motegi, Monza, and 3 road courses that claim to have quote-unquote ovals. And all the legacy tracks, Legacy Kentucky, Legacy Pocono, Legacy Michigan. I could spend another $30 and just buy them all and be done. But what's fun in that? 2 hands in the air. We got 10 to go. Coming to 9 here. Most wins as a driver, Jeff Gordon has won here 5 times. 17 Chevrolet wins, 10 of them being Hendrick Motorsports wins. With Jeff Gordon winning the inaugural in 94, Dale Sr. in 95. Bill Elliott in 02. I vividly remember that win because he went on to win, I think he won back-to-back. I think he won Pocono the next week or the week before. Tony Stewart in 05, in 07, the hometown kid. I'm going to see if I can't get a video of Cofield climbing the fence like smoke. Jeff Gordon's final one was in 2014. Casey Kane won one in 17. Keselowski in 18. Kevin Harvick went back-to-back in 19 and 20. Looking for here's some more interesting stats to fill some air. Jeff Gordon, 23 starts, 5 wins, 12 top 5s, 17 top 10s. Gordon, Busch, and Harvick all tied with 3 poles. Jeff Gordon, obviously, 3,519 laps completed for the most laps completed. 528 of those laps were led by Jeff Gordon. Average start from a minimum of 5 starts. Juan Pablo Montoya with an average finish of 6th. Big surprise out of JPM there. Average finish, however, belongs to Kevin Harvick. Kyle Busch, most laps led in a single race, is 149. Only 3 drivers have won 2 NASCAR Crown Jewels in one season. That was Dale Jarrett, Jimmy Johnson, Jamie McMurray. That was in the same year. 5 other drivers, Gordon, Earnhardt, Elliott, Harvick, and Newman, have both won the 500 and the 400 in their respective careers, but not in the same season. And then Stewart, Montoya, Robbie Gordon, Dinger, and Kurt Busch have all attempted the Memorial Day 900, running the Coke 600 and, or no, I guess it was only Tony Stewart and Kurt Busch that only ran the Coke 600 and Brickyard, or the Indy 500, Coke 600 in the same day. Kyle Larson will attempt that stunt this year. Yeah, whatever. You get the point, Cunningham. I'm trying to fill air. Of the 3 that have attempted it, I think Kyle Larson has the best chance to put together the best average finish. I think Kurt, however, was the first one to run all 1,100 miles. Don't quote me on that. Fact checker in chat will confirm that here in about 2 minutes. So we got 4 to go. Jonathan Cofield still your leader, 8 seconds over Michael Nash. Okay, didn't finish 600, but I think he may have the most laps of it completed. I feel like that's right. I did, however, order the Kyle Larson Memorial Day 1100 set that Lionel's offered, die-cast version of the Indy car and his Cup car for that weekend. I mean, that's history. You gotta have that to sell at a flea market one day for $2 more than I paid for it 20 years later, right? It's called investment. It's like Beanie Babies. It's gonna make me a fortune in the future. Two to go. Popsicle sticks in the air. Jonathan Cofield still out for his leisurely Sunday cruise. Michael Nash safely in second. Steve McDonald third. Chris Reese into the fourth spot. Todd Schott fifth. Brennan Wallace sixth. Matt Kleeman in seventh. Mickey Isaac eighth. Daryl Whitford ninth. Kurtz bitten by the auto fuel bug in 10th. Davy Jones 11th. And Jeremiah Holt rounding out your 12-car field. Has the best finish in the 500 event in the NASCAR, guys. See, now I'm gonna have to Google and not share the information with any of you guys. Yeah, Cofield's internet could leave the chat at any moment, but he has just like 2 miles left. See, next week the schedule heads to Michigan, another big momentum track. Drafting is key but not required. Out of turn number 3 into turn number 4. Poor Davy Jones not going to get lapped in time. He's going to have to drive one more lap. Checkered flag, Jonathan Cofield. And Michael Nash coming down the straightaway in second. Here comes Steve McDonald, Chris Reese close in tow. Third, fourth, Todd Schott. In the drag race, Brandon Wallace close. That is fifth and sixth. Kleeman. Going to take seventh. Mickey Isaac. Jeremiah Holt going to finish 8th and 12th. Daryl Whitford. All by his lonesome. There's Eddie Kurtz crossing the line. Daryl Whitford. Rounding the corner. Down the straightaway. Oh, there's turn 4. He's going to marking it. Maybe not. Maybe he may be lapped down. Here's the last one to finish. Here's Davy Jones. Nobody's watching, Davy. No pressure. We'll put up the results once Davey finishes. Nope, we're going to click the button anyways. Whoops. Buy a gaming mouse with a hair trigger, they said. There he is. All right, we'll throw up your final results as we already went through them. Tony Stewart was the only one to complete all 1,100 miles. I don't know why I thought Kurt Busch did it. Alrighty, let's get to the interviews. We can get out of here. Steve McDonald, it's Alex up here in the V-Speed booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Alex. How you doing tonight?
Pretty good. Well, you caught Andy. You didn't quite catch Nash or Cofield. Go ahead and take us through your race.
It was pretty boring for the most part, running by myself. But I know there wasn't going to be no catching Jonathan. And then I just kind of got lucky with Andy messing up with his gas. I hate that for him. But overall, it was a pretty good run. Kind of happy with it.
All right, next week we head to the Irish Hills of Michigan. How you feeling about your chances there?
Uh, I like Michigan. I think I got a pretty good shot there.
All righty, got any friends, family, sponsors? I think before we get out of here.
I want to thank all my teammates at Bandits and Jeff by Junior Art, Tender Farm and Ranch, Flexible Freight Solutions, Dark Horse Motorsports, No Next Fast Repair, and Chuck Peg Leg Phelps.
All righty, 10-4. We'll hopefully get a chance to talk to you next week.
All right, I hope so too, man. Y'all have a good night.
10-4. All right, let's go ahead and steal Mr. Nash. Oh crap. Mr. Nash, it's Alex up here in the V-Speed Racing Network booth. You got a copy?
Hey, Alex, how are you, man?
Pretty good. You had a nice little battle there. Cofield and Kurtz were the cream of the crop there in the early stages. Andy got bit by the fuel bug and kind of left you all by your lonesome there for a second. Go ahead and take us to the rest of your race.
Yeah, it was fun. That first tent was a lot of fun. I think the draft was keeping me with those guys, so I was able to just kind of ride behind them and play with a pass here and there when one of us get loose. But once Cofield got ahead, and then he's always so good at pit stops. I don't care where you are, he always seems to gain at least a couple of seconds on a pit stop. I feel like my pit stop was pretty perfect, but he gained a lot, and even staying out a lot more than me. And once he's in clean air, there's no keeping up with Cofield. He's just so good. And what he got us by 10 seconds by the end of it, didn't he?
Alrighty, next week we head to the Irish Hills of Michigan. How are you feeling about your chance to pull one off there?
Michigan's a lot of fun. That's another one where the draft can help, but you can go 3-4 wide there. I think we had a wild one in the Rebels trucks there a few weeks ago where we were 4 wide coming to the white flag. So maybe we'll emulate that next Friday.
Yeah, that was an absolute barn burner there. Got any friends, family, sponsors, I think, before we get on out of here?
Yeah, I want to thank Brandon for the fun league. I love this. I love the Arca car. This Gen 4 is pretty cool too. Like the time slot. It's nice on a late Friday night after the kids are in bed and wife has kicked me to the curb to come up here and get to race late at night, and all the other drivers. We see what kind of clean drivers we got in this league because we go 51 laps on a very, very tricky loose track with no cautions. So thank you for the fun broadcast too.
Alrighty, hopefully we get a chance to talk to you next week.
All right, thanks, Alex.
And you're back, Mr. Cofield. How was the last half of that race for you?
It's about the same. Wasn't too bad. Just trying to keep the car up under me and not make no mistakes with that big of a lead. Give Mr. Nash a chance. Can't do that.
Oh no. Might have to drive with 2 hands and drink the margarita with a long bendy straw.
Yes, sir. How was your last 25 laps?
Oh well, we talked about all kind of stuff. We talked about all the guys that have done the Memorial Day 1100, the past winners, and how many times Jeff Gordon has won here a bajillion times. And you guys got all spaced out, and it got really hard to talk about stuff.
Looked like a good battle coming up for third, though.
Yeah, Chris Reese, Steve McDonald had a nice little battle. Brandon and Todd Schott had a nice little battle coming to the line there. But, yeah. Next week's Michigan. How you feeling about that one?
I like Michigan. It's fun in this car. Hopefully, hope Andy Kurtz has a better run. I really hate that, that auto fuel little thing iRacing's got going on. Sometimes it bites you, and sometimes it works pretty good, but Andy seemed to get the bad end of it this time, but he had a fast car too, him and Nash.
Alrighty, you got any friends, family, sponsors I think before we get out of here?
Yeah, well, thank you for jumping on doing the broadcast. Cofield Asphalt Refinishing, Cofield Supply and Service, Brandon for all he does for the league, Kleeman for all he does, Peg Leg, all of our sponsors, all friends and family back at home that tune in every week and watch.
Alrighty, 10-4. Hopefully get a chance to talk to you next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Alrighty, that's all I got for you tonight. 51 laps, here and gone. Just like that. I will not be here next week. I believe you will have a short little taste of the magic that Eddie Smith brings to the table for a week. And then I have one more, and then you get Eddie for the rest of the season, I believe. Yep, he gets Michigan. I have Iowa. There's a non-broadcasted race at Monza, and then Eddie will take over for Dega, Gateway, Vegas, Atlanta, Bristol, Texas, Auto Club, Daytona Road, non-points, Thanksgiving Day weekend, Dover, and then Charlotte for the championship. But that's all I got for you guys tonight. And as always,